Hello, my name is Josephine. You can call me Jojo.
Nice to meet you, Jojo.
And I'm the producer of My Family Show, a family program actually.
Nice.
Yeah, we had. I was listening to you during the program at EMC, and I was really fascinated by some of your stories growing up as a child.
Yes.
You mentioned something about what you like to do as a talent, that you were just expressing yourself. Can you please talk about that?
What I said was that I remember when I was a young child, one of the main things I used to do is just tell people stories, whether they are real stories or made up stories. I enjoy doing that. I also used to take my siblings. I would think of a story and I would give all of them lines and make them rehearse these lines. And I'll make them present it to my father and my siblings for Christmas, and it's then I can trace the roots down to the fact that I've always been a storyteller. I've always been a script. Obviously, I was a script writer as a young child. I was a director. I was a producer. And, so that's funny because now, after taking many detours in life, these are the things that I'm doing now as an adult.
But at the time, you mentioned something like there was a time that you were a bit blank.
Yes, I called it my wilderness experience.
Your wilderness experience. Okay, you weren't doing. Did you forget about all of these talents?
Yes.
Why? What did you study in school? How?
I am a lawyer.
You're a lawyer.
And but the thing is that even for my first day in law class, I knew I wasn't meant to be there. But when you have Nigerian parents, once you put your hands to the plow, there's no turning back. So I finished law school, knowing that I wasn't supposed to be a lawyer. But we did what we were told to do then. So that's what we did.
So how did you then connect? Because now you're thriving in this. You've written a couple of books.
Yes, I have.
How many books?
I've written 3, 2 novellas, well-funded novel. One more is coming out this year.
Fantastic. And then how were you able to now reconnect to who you have always been growing up as a child?
It was just step by step. It was just I just put down a story idea I had one day. And then my husband encouraged me to finish the story. That was the catalyst. I just put it down one day and then it just started flowing from there. I'm discovering the rest as I'm going along. Yes. So I didn't set out to be a writer. I just happened to almost like stumble back into it. That's how it was for me.
Fantastic. Okay, you also produce now?
Yes.
Movies?
Yes.
Okay, can you tell us about it?
That was because I came in, I sold one of the scripts. After my master's program, I sold the script I wrote. So I became friends with the producer and she now said, why don't you write another script and produce? So because she was already in the industry, it was easy for me to piggyback on her and dabble into it myself. It's been a very exciting journey. Yeah.
So how were you able to, now from what I'm seeing now, you're actually connected to your natural talent that you had when you write a script and you give it to your family members, give them their roles.
And I made them act it out. So
you give them their roles?
I give them their roles, I direct them, and we used to show it off to my siblings and my father. Yep.
And that's what you're doing right now.
I've come full circle.
Can we link that to a parent, because this is a family show?
Yes.
How would you now advise? Because some parents will see such abilities in their children, but they won't really be able to interpret it for anything. They just say they are playing. Now, what advice would you give to parents?
I'm just hoping that parents be more intentional and be more aware. And it's also good when parents are involved, so you notice these things. Like in my house, they just thought, Kuka just did this, but no one ever. In those days, no one ever did that. You just had law, engineering, medicine, and that's what you did. But these days, luckily, social media has exposed people to lots of things. I just encourage parents to be more intentional when they're watching their kids and the things that they naturally thrive at. Not everyone's going to be a lawyer. Not everyone will be a doctor. And I understand parents' fears in terms of how they eat, because the creative industry is like this. So, but I do think if you're a young person that has this talent, that please encourage them. They can also do a safe course, but encourage this thing as well. There's no need to delay it. If your child writes, encourage them to write. They can still study something else, but don't let that talent die like it did for me. Because if not for the grace of God, I could have been totally different life. Maybe miserable, but yeah.
So what would you say to children that are writing now? Maybe their writings are not so clear. They don't really have a direction yet, but they have this natural talent, still writing. What
only
advice?
way you can get better is to continue writing. Just so don't even stop. I don't know who judges what is right and what is not. The truth is that as you get older, your thoughts are also changing, your communication is changing, your writing will also change. If you're a storyteller, it will show in whatever you're doing. The delivery may not be so great, but don't worry about delivery. It gets better but only as you do it. So keep on doing it.
Fantastic.
Don't give up.
One word to parents out there, please.
Parents, prayerfully watch your kids. Let's not kill what God has given them naturally. So please just be aware and prayerfully watch, prayerfully guide, prayerfully encourage. Let's nurture, not destroy.
Thank you. So, can you tell us your name again?
My name is Ogugwa Ajayi.
And if someone wants to find you and then follow you on social media?
You can find me on all social media platforms as Ogugwa Ajayi. Just
Ogugwa
put the name
Ajayi.
in.
Can you please spell?
Ogugua. That's Ogugwa. And then Ajayi, Ajay.
Thank you very much for coming on the show. I am Josephine
pleasure.
again. Please tell them to keep watching Mafami. Keep watching Mafami.